been in DC, throughout the time that I've been here, and there are
Channel
large
5
rallies,
news,
that is when I will get called a
Yeah.
or transphobic slurs just by the presence of this man and his supporters in town. The atmosphere alone is really damaging, and then on top of that, the legislation. Project 2025 is a set of legislation that has been prepared by the Heritage Foundation, and proposed to Donald Trump is a set of laws to enact once he, if he gets elected into office. Right on that first page, it describes transgender people as pornographic inherently, and throughout the pages of this document, moves for legislation that would ban this quote-unquote pornographic material from being around kids.
I'm gonna say. I guess I think this project, whatever, became almost like Hillary's emails, fucking Biden's laptop type shit. Like, holy fuck, bro.
Transgender parents or people who have transgender children would be restricted from seeing
Am I
their own
wrong?
children, among other things. There's this belief that trans people are inherently sexual, that their identity is based on being sexually predatory, when the reality is that trans people are just like cisgender people. They just want to live their lives in peace.
I voted Kamala. Kamala is just clearly better. She definitely slays.
that's wrong.
We don't need a revolution. We need a stable leader who can continue us on the path we're going.
Yo, what's up, guys? Channel 5, election season 2024, November 5th, Washington, D.C.
I love the LGBT.
The path we're going. Where the fuck are we going?
They are sadly deceived.
As y'all can see, there's a fence. Past that is the horseman of the apocalypse. Robert E. Lee. No, Abraham Lincoln. Behind him is scaffolding. Behind the scaffolding is the White House. And somebody new is about to move in 24 hours. I must say, I was here exactly 4 years ago, and the vibes were much more intense. There was a lady screaming right here.
Culture appropriator.
They're yelling at each other. There was cameras everywhere. There was tension in the air. Right now, there is not much tension in the air.
Why not?
We have my guy right here, just chilling. What are we thinking?
I'm going for Trump. I don't know. It's like a stance on the economy a little more than the current administration. So. Yeah, lower taxes. I like what they did with immigration as well, just kind of securing the border. I know many migrants. I go to school in D.C., so.
You like them?
Do I like them?
You're homies with them? Like, are they homies?
Yeah, I'm friends with migrants.
Would you be pissed if they got deported? Imagine how
yeah,
awkward that would
probably,
be.
yeah.
Who am I voting for?
Nah.
I voted Kamala this election.
I'm voting. Shit, guys, I generally thought that the whole point with deportation is that it deports people that are illegal. Yes, why do people always mixing up immigrants or illegals? It's not the same ball game at all.
For Kamala Harris. As an atheist Jewish person,
Because they don't get it.
I'm an immigrant. I'm not getting deported for shit.
Let me explain. You have people that are foreigners and they come here, or they come to where you go, and they look like foreigners, they act like foreigners, they behave completely like foreigners, right? So they appear like foreigners. And then you have on the news people talking about illegal immigrants. And what clicks in people's head is that the people that appear like foreigners, they're illegal immigrants. Because that's what's shown on the media, right? Because that's all that's noticeable. You don't notice what immigrant is illegal and who isn't. It only depends on who is registered, right? But you don't notice it in day-to-day life. That's why it's bunched together, because these people all appear to be the same.
freedom of religion is real. I've been seeing those protesters bring their religion on other people, and I decided to go to see.
You know what? Okay, hold on. Libtards like to say, "Oh, dude, this is racist." Here's a molten take. I think it's even more racist for them to say, "Guys, they're gonna deport you because that intends that the Hispanics and the immigrants are all illegals." Like that inherently is more racist than whatever they're trying to call out. That's my actual thought.
Yes.
Like imagine all the Hispanics that are going to vote, that are voting, right? And people are like, "Dude, don't vote for Trump because they're gonna deport you." Many what they feel like it. Like if they're legally like, "Bro, I immigrated like everybody else." Like I'm not scared of getting deported. It's like a fear that I put on. It's just odd.
Yes.
What a weird take.
Just to make signs counter-protesting against their actions.
What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that no matter what happens, Jesus reigns. We cannot have wholesale abortion being promoted in our nation. We cannot have a furtherance of the transgender confusion that is really being enforced from the top down.
How are we going to solve the transgender confusion?
by introducing people to the love of God, because the love of God changes people's hearts.
Well, this is the White House Peace Vigil, otherwise known as the William Thomas Memorial Land Nuclear Peace Vigil. We don't believe the war machine should be the base of economy, so hashtag no war. We don't believe in nuclear bombs, nor do we believe in nuclear electricity, so hashtag no nukes. And we believe in justice in every individual case, justice for all, so hashtag justice.
For those who don't know, what is the war machine?
Very simply put, we are now spending about half of our congressional budget, $1 trillion a year, on endless wars. Endless wars and 800 military bases around the world. We are spending more than the next 10 nations combined, the next 10 biggest spenders. We're spending more, mostly on weapons.
The war machine is also the biggest polluter in world history.
With like fossil fuels and carbon emissions and stuff?
Yeah, and I don't know how we can beat that system, but it needs to happen.
Obviously, there's a lot of people in my generation who are casting ballots for third-party candidates like Jill Stein because of the war in Gaza. What do you say to those people?
Well, I voted for Harris, and I'm hoping Harris wins.
I'm in school for teaching now. I'm in my last year, and I work with kids who are at risk for going into the school-to-prison pipeline, kids who are in poverty and at...
Why the fuck would you... Guys, this is my actual belief. It is in both parties' best interest, right? To try to tell people to not vote for stand-ins and shit like that, right? Because then it causes split vote. Is that not how that works? Guys, was I poorly educated on this? Does that cause a split vote? If on the right, there's nobody else, no other whatever, and on the left, well, this guy's also cool, this also, and they all get like 0.1%, but it adds up, it splits the vote.
A higher likelihood of ending up in the criminal justice system.
Here in DC?
Yeah, I also am against voting for people who are complicit in genocide, but I believe strongly, like, if they're both complicit in genocide, I want to do what I can to protect my kids here who get benefits from federal programs, like my kids can't afford supplies, my kids can't afford food, my kids... Also, I'm concerned about what I'm going to be able to teach. I was at a conference...
I don't know what she said, so I wasn't paying attention. What? Start again.
I'm in school for teaching now. I'm in my last year, and I work with kids who are at risk for going into the school-to-prison pipeline, kids who are in poverty and at a higher likelihood of ending up in the criminal justice system.
Here in DC?
Yeah, I also am against voting for people who are complicit in genocide, but I believe strongly, like, if they're both complicit in genocide, I want to do what I can to protect my kids here who get benefits from federal programs, like my kids can't afford supplies, my kids can't afford food, my kids... Also, I'm concerned about what I'm going to be able to teach. I was at a conference a couple weeks ago for youth in the justice system, and someone in Louisiana is a teacher. They are not allowed to say the words diversity, equity, inclusion in schools. And like just with bullying, straight up, you're not allowed to say the word inclusion. I'm worried about what I'm going to be able to say to them. I worry about teaching evolution. I'm in middle school, so I don't have to worry about sex ed as much, but like, I had a kid last week ask me, what's it called when a man dresses up like a woman? I'm like, I don't know, I'm not allowed to tell you. I didn't say that, but I was like, I don't know. And another kid was like, I think it's called a drag king. And then another kid was
nice
like,
chat.
have you seen DraftKings? They have the best ads. It's not like a isolated incident. That's what the majority of American children are going through. So I don't know. I'm voting Kamala because I want to be able to teach my kids. I want them to not be afraid to
I think
ask
this
questions.
lady is
I
going
want
to be
them
very
get...
disappointed
I thought
when
usually,
she's actually in
it
the
was in the
classroom.
chat, in like primary school and early schooling, right?
Children
They
don't
tell you
behave.
what
They're
to
like
do,
nice
right?
little
Which is the better thing, right?
sponges that
like
eat
don't
up
harm
everything
somebody.
you want.
And then
want
when you
them to
can
think.
understand complicated topics, then they explain you why you're doing it and why you were doing it. I feel like the more you do it early, or you're gonna explain, they don't understand it. They don't get it.
I think they'll get.
Am I wrong?
And if I can't protect kids abroad, I want to protect my kids here.
What do you think about what's going on?
I'm wrong again.
Think dogs should be able to
Always
vote?
wrong.
You feel like a politician represents your interests? Anyway? No? Swing voter, undecided, doesn't want to talk to us, doesn't trust the media, doesn't trust the fake news. I wouldn't either.
Because
They don't
zero-
represent pups properly.
So-
think about children
what
grow
kind of
up
breed of
nowadays.
rat is that, Chad?
No percentage of them, nobody, no children
My name is Liam.
ever
Liam, who you voting for?
I
have
voted
any
Kamala.
type of
Kamala
faith
just
in the
clearly
Dog
education
rat.
she
system.
definitely
Nobody
slays.
cares.
I
Man. They
really
hate
like
it.
what
Nobody
her and
do-
Biden
nobody
have done
likes
over
it.
these past few years with the CHIPS Act. and with promoting American like
So they're just not
semiconductors.
gonna believe you.
My big thing is artificial intelligence and AI policy. I think that America needs to stay ahead on that. And I think that Biden-Harris has done a good job with
So
AI
are you
policy.
pro AI or anti AI?
I'm generally pro AI. I'm not pro like never regulated at all. It's like defensive
Shit, dude.
accelerationism. You accelerate, but you also keep safeguards to make sure
AI
it
is
works well.
such
What
a
are the top 3
non-issue.
benefits of AI?
Probably medicines and biology. Like we can do so much engineering to cure diseases and fix problems. Already we've seen it where even a lot of like agriculture companies are like making it much more efficient, or genetic engineering so that you can make larger crops for less money. And then I think you'll start to see that you'll have a return of American manufacturing, and you also just get cheaper and better quality consumer goods for the average person.
AI is really useful for teaching. Like students are more likely scientifically to remember lessons that they're interested in. So if I filter my lesson plan through ChatGPT and be like, rewrite this with the same lesson objectives
Yeah,
for a kid who's really interested in
this is
FIFA,
called being
or for
a
a
bad
kid that's really
teacher.
interested in Minecraft, and it gives me the same lesson where like I can
But
teach the same
no, you
lesson,
have
but
to
the
keep it
worksheet or the
human,
homework I
man.
give them is going to relate it to them.
And then just
what
creating
this
entirely
teacher's
new
supposed to be.
experiences that we couldn't have even imagined before. Like the idea that I could immediately
That lady doesn't
generate an
understand what
image or
teaching means,
generate a
man.
song just in 3 seconds. Like I made a song last night even.
What was the song about?
About the election actually, and about different people who are going to be voting this time.
What are some of the lyrics in that song?
Somewhere in America, there's a young Latino man. No job, no education, not a single long-term plan. He listens to Joe Rogan and thinks our country's gone to shit. He blames his problems on China and wants Trump to deal with it.
It's unfortunate that like patriotism is seen as like synonymous with MAGA when it really isn't. I think part of being an American patriot is accepting that we're a diverse country where people from around the world can come here and make this country great. So the idea that you make it great by like rejecting immigrants or doing mass deportations is just vile to me.
What?
So the idea that you make it great by like rejecting immigrants or doing mass deportations is just vile to me.
Yeah, again, another libtard who cannot fathom the difference between entering illegally and migrating illegally. I don't understand it. It's brain rot. Sorry, I don't give a fuck. I've been saying this every single video about it since for years at this point.
I like the
I
original.
keep saying it.
Respectfully disagree. Have a good one. Gotta say though, man, I'm a bit nostalgic. It's been a minute, but I guess it's good that it's a chill vibe.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna pop off tonight. Stuff. The days after, you gotta watch out for. That's when shit's gonna get real. When the election results.
He didn't say illegals, right? But the thing did. Like that's what you're missing the point on it.
Gets called probably on like Thursday or Friday.
Nobody
That's
said
when shit's gonna hit the fan.
deporting immigrants.
Huh?
Nobody
Yeah.
ever said that.
What's your field of employment?
I work in policy. I work in environmental policy.
Like reducing carbon emissions and stuff?
Yeah, reducing carbon emissions, fighting climate change, and making good, sound environmental.
Guys, if the whole thing from the get-go was about deporting fucking immigrants, guys, I wouldn't be speaking to you this way. I'd be scared of shit. Guys, they would be knocking on my door because they have my address. They know they absolutely know I'm a legal immigrant on file with my social security number. They would knock to my house. Yo, you're done, bitch. I'd kick me out of the United States. I'm not scared for shit. Why? Because I did it legally. So this intends that people that do it legally did it illegally. What a joke. That's actual brain rot. It is this libtard rot.
To policies.
A lot of people say that like Trump being elected again is a huge kind of defeat for the environmental policy sector. Is that?
Oh yeah. Because if you read through Project 2025 at all, it's all about deregulating, shutting down a bunch of good environmental offices throughout the government, whether it be in the DOJ, DOI, DOE.
You say I'm rich and white doesn't fucking matter, okay? Even I have some friends that are also immigrants that are not white and not rich. What about him? I mean, look at Buddha. He's black and broke, and he's not getting deported.
And I think we've come to the point in politics where most Republican members of Congress are not ignoring climate change, but like it's not such a big deal. So we need to focus on the economy, and just keep on pushing through and just bring back those good old paying coal jobs.
Yeah. If you were to be staring down like a total climate change denier who is asking you for one concrete real life example that showed evidence of climate change,
I'll say just go to Florida, where I'm from. We get hit by at least one hurricane every year. That is not normal. People's houses literally flood every year down there. So yeah, just go down, live in one of those coastal beach towns and stuff, and see how every few years.
Okay, this isn't about Canadian immigrants. Deporting illegals has always been about deporting brown Latinos. Brother, if you enter legally and you've immigrated legally, you have some form of paperwork, some form of documentation. Dude,
yeah,
when
that's
you
just
immigrate
your
legally,
mind doing
they
that
don't
to
just
your
go.
racist.
Let me take a look at you.
It's you pointed out yourself. You showed it yourself.
They don't do that. That's fucking. That would be fucking insane, diabolical. What is wrong with you?
Years, people's houses literally get destroyed and they need to rebuild. Those storms or hurricanes are only getting intenser and intenser as, you know, climate change becomes.
This is my new de facto state. Always. Now, guys, I'm gonna start labeling actual libtards that hold these views as actually racist. When you intend that every single Latino, brown Latino is all illegals that are about to be deported, I gotta be honest with you, that's just flat out racist. It labels all of them that did it properly, that went through the system as criminals. Fuck that shit. Fuck at that point. Hey, both ends like this. I'm glad that the Hispanics voted for Trump because holy shit, you're actually racist. What is wrong with you?
It's gonna freak me the fuck out to be in a
What the?
Channel 5 Live Worldwide, Hollywood and Vine. Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News. Channel 55, we don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best.
Because that would rile me the fuck up. I would be so fucking mad if I was a legal Hispanic and some motherfuckers were telling me, he's gonna deport you, you're being deported, dude, because you're illegal and you're gonna... Dude, I'd be like, fuck this shit. Fuck all of you. What a way to make an enemy out of nothing. What a joke. I would be so fucking mad, legitimately. I'm not just saying that to like preach to the choir.
Every day.
What a joke.
Every day, fucking day. Political brain rot. Every day. For the rest of this year, it's gonna be every day because count down the days. Every day that you see me upload political brain rot is a one day towards the end times. It's the fall of the West. There's an end coming to this, and once I stop uploading, that means that I'm dead. I caught a stray for some probably ethnic conflict somewhere in Europe, and I caught a stray and I'm dead. That's what it means, yeah.